Oh, we are testing bike tires today in a pea gravel pit. We started with little 16-inch folding bicycle tires, but we're gonna work all the way up to the fattest tires money can buy. And actually, I'm wondering what happens if we lower the tire pressure in these Brompton tires. Can we get further? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect to go further. Before we started shooting this, I tried this a bunch of times and I never got further than that. The lower tire pressure made a big difference, but we still got stuck right here. I still lost traction. I still can't make the bike go any further. Let's step it up again. So this is a folding bicycle designed for riding in the city. It doesn't need to go through deep gravel. Almost no bike does. And so we are adding these zip ties so that there's a little something to bite into the gravel. And I'm not putting them down tight. I'm leaving them kind of loose so they stick up a little bit and hook onto the gravel. Maybe that will give us the ability to propel forwards. Okay, zip ties. Let's see if this provides a little more thrust so we can get past that cone. Ooh, that was considerably further. When I press down on the pedal now, it's like the bike wants to go forwards. Not that much, but it does go forwards. We started from the same spot, no run up, straight into the gravel. We couldn't have even gotten close to this far before. But we didn't make it to the end, and I suspect there's not a whole lot more I can do to this bike. And so, let's grab another bike. This is a Brompton G-Line. G stands for gravel, and so it's actually designed for gravel, not this gravel hard-packed, but I expect it to do better. So I'm just gonna give it my all and see in the standard configuration if we can get it past that cone. Oh yeah, game changer! Too easy. Well, not that easy, but we did make it to the end. Now, if you don't have very good balance on a bike, I think you would actually fall over way back there. But if you can stay up and keep pedaling, this will spit gravel everywhere and get through. Let's up the stakes a little bit and make a little pile. So we've raked out a little divot and a hump. If I lose momentum through that, I might not be able to get going all the way through to the end, but let's find out. Okay, that introduced a serious problem, but I think if I try again, I could keep going. Let's try again. I don't want to chalk this up as just a mistake. Okay, take two. Okay. That creates a serious problem. You lose momentum in the middle. It's hard to keep going. If we kept practicing, could we make it to the end? Maybe, but I bet lowering that tire pressure is gonna make a huge difference. So let's try. Okay, way lower tire pressure. Let's give it a go. That made a huge difference. Again, tire pressure for the win. You lower your tire pressure way down, you're gonna have a better time in sand, pea gravel, whatever it is. So let's up the stakes a little bit and make another hump. All right, Brompton G-Line at 15 PSI. Let's see if we can make it through. Oh yeah! So it's a lot more capable with a lower tire pressure, but if we double the amount of humps, bring it up to 4, that's gonna be a lot harder because with each one I'm losing momentum and I have to stay up to keep pedaling. Okay, this looks a lot less doable here, but this has surprised me before, so let's give it a go. Whoa, that was a whole different experience. We could add zip ties to the rear wheel, but honestly, my front wheel was digging in. We're limited by diameter here. These are 20-inch wheels. Let's step up our machine and see how it does. Same 4 humps as before, but now we have a gravel bike with 700C tires. This is full size, and again, it's a gravel bike. It's made for gravel, but gravel's normally compacted. It's normally like a road. I don't see any reason why it would be good for going through this, but let's give it a try. Yeah! All right. That took some doing, but the diameter made a huge difference. And these tires are pumped way up. I say we double the humps. Go up to 8 humps. Let's do them the whole way and see if we can make it through. Okay, this looks a little bit less doable, but it's a matter of staying up and laying down the power. This bike's better for that in every way. Let's give it a go. Oh. I'm seeing stars though. That was a big effort. This thing is really impressive. What we've learned here is that diameter actually matters a lot. These tires are pumped way up. We're gonna have to make these bigger. So believe it or not, I'm measuring this all out. So it's the same each time. We're starting right here on this crack and we're gonna make the pile as big as we can make it before gravel starts running down the side. So the theoretical slope limit for gravel, we'll make 1 and we'll see if I can get through it on the gravel bike. If I can make it through that, it's all flat. We're up and running. All right, let's do it. Okay, all right, that doesn't work. Let's lower the tire pressure. All right, 15 PSI. 1, 2, 3, go! I guess it helped a little bit. It's technically further than the cone, but it didn't help as much as I thought. Let's bring out the big guns. Yes, I've installed tire chains on my gravel bike, just like you would a tractor or a truck that you're plowing with. These are made to bite in, but in this case, it takes a tire that doesn't really have a lot of tread and adds paddles to it. And so I don't think that this pile here is gonna stand a chance. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Okay, I knew it was gonna make a difference, but that was like easy. Like it went right through. It felt the same when I first hit it, but I had so much momentum and I was able to maintain it. I mean, this is adding a lot to the tire, so let's add another pile. Okay, we lose a lot of momentum in that first pile, but this is gonna give me thrust, and I think if we can stay up, we're gonna make it through 2 of them. Let's do it! Okay, we're a little out over our skis here with the gravel bike. Even with all that traction, let's step up the machine. Mountain bike. A rather capable mountain bike, but why would we have any reason to believe this would do better than a gravel bike with chains on the tires? I mean, yeah, this tire is gnarly, but is it gonna make that big of a difference? Well, actually, a mountain bike has a lot of things a gravel bike doesn't, aside from the tires. First of all, the geometry, it's gonna put more of our weight towards the back. So while I hit into that second hump and just fell off the bike, on this one, I might be able to pop the front tire over it and keep my momentum up. I can also throw the bicycle around. It's also geared lower, and so I have better control of my torque. But we don't have that much of a run-up, and so let's see how it does. Okay, let's see if we can do this with 0 run-up. That wasn't just easier, that was a lot easier. And I think it was the geometry. The front wheel was able to get over it because I'm on a mountain bike, I can get my weight back and pull up. And then the tires have a lot of volume. There's a lot of flotation here, so the front wheel didn't just dig right in. Let's double up the humps. So now for the first time we have 4 full-size humps here, but the mountain bike made it through the first 2 so easily. I just don't see how this is gonna be a problem. It looks bad, but it was easy before. So let's see how she does. We made it through, but I felt like it was sort of by the skin of my teeth. Let's double them up. Okay, my arms are about to fall off from raking this so many times. Let's give it a go. Did I make it further than last time? So it may appear here that I didn't even make it as far as I did last time, because last time there were 4 humps and I made it through all 4 humps. But last time there wasn't another hump after the 4th one. And so hitting into that just sucked up all my momentum. What if we lower the tire pressure crazy low? So we're putting these tires at 10 PSI, which you would never do on a trail bike. But you would also never ride a trail bike through 8 evenly spaced piles of loose pea gravel. And so what can I say? Okay, stupidly low tire pressure. 1, 2, 3, go! It made a difference, I got further, that's the cone right there, but it's just not enough. The bike is sinking in, and eventually you're just gonna lose your balance and fall over. Now, if we just try this over and over and over again, I'm positive I would get over there, but there's not a whole lot more we can do to this bike here. Yes, there are the tire chains, but actually, tire chains sit between the knobs over here. I was playing around with it before, and it doesn't provide much more capability on the mountain bike. We need more flotation. My Surly Moonlander, fattest tires you can get on any production bike, 6.2 inches. And actually, these wheels are 24 inches. The tire is so big that if they put a big rim on it, it would change the diameter of the entire thing. And so this is ridiculous. What these are gonna provide is flotation. The bike is just not going to sink deep enough into the gravel for us to get stuck, or at least that's the theory. Now, while this is designed for going where there are no trails, there's just really no reason why anybody would be riding something like this. So let's see how it does. All right, let's see if she just walks right through it. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the flotation is there, but I have this thing in such a freaking low gear that actually I don't even have any thrust at the back. So I'm gonna turn the gear up so that each pedal stroke makes the wheel turn more, and then I think we can power right through it. This was a surprise. I thought I was just gonna crawl through all of this. That does not appear to be the case here. I think we can make it through this time. The only reason I have such a low gear on this bike is because I was having fun with it. I was rock crawling, but even the mountain bike I didn't have in the lowest gear. And so this makes a lot more sense. I think we can thrust through it. Go! Oh yeah! What can we even do that's gonna stop this bike actually? You barely even see divots on the piles. It just hits him and goes. As long as we have that momentum, we're good. Oh, yeah. But I think we can make the piles a little bigger. So these piles are way bigger. They're twice the size as they were before. But this bike might just float over anything. We might not have enough gravel to actually stump it. So, let's see what happens. These are gonna fall apart the second I touch into them, and it's gonna be a mess. We're not even going over them anymore, we're going through them. Let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3. Let's try bringing the gear back down so that I can just keep pedaling and dig through, trudge through. Let's try it. So now it's starting to be less about the tire and more about other things, I guess. Technique, gearing, the bike itself. I suspect the Brompton that we originally tried this on would not fare very well right here. Tractor mode. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know, I think we made more progress. I stayed up a little bit. These tires are at like, I don't know, 8 PSI or something like that. Now they're super, super low, but that's not that low for a fat bike. So I'm just gonna go down to the point where the gauge just doesn't register anything, like 0 PSI. Yes, 0 PSI. No difference in the gauge whether it's on or off the bike. This is uncharted waters. All right, tractor. Okay, we're high centered. We started with tiny 16-inch wheels, and even there, when we lowered the pressure, we got way better results. And then when we added the zip ties, it was even more capable. But one thing's for sure, diameter matters, and so does volume. With these tires here, as long as you're not getting high centered and smashing your crank into something, I don't think there's a whole lot that you can't get through. But once you get to something like this, really weird terrain, diameter is the only thing that's gonna bail you out. Thanks for riding with me today. I'll see you next time. Woohoo!